Well, good morning YouTube, and welcome along to another episode of Silver Fox Travels. And as you can see, today I'm on the Cub and just got a little errand I need to run, but then I've got a bit of a job to do later on, which I'll tell you all about. As you can see from the photograph that I'm about to put up now, the front forks on this bike have never been particularly good to look at. When I first got the bike, of course, they were really nice and shiny, but unfortunately that shine disappeared quite quickly and they're now looking rather shabby. Now, I did draw it to the attention of Royal Enfield when I first noticed it, but unfortunately when I spoke with them, nothing happened. They weren't particularly interested. That was when the warranties were with MotoGP, or was it Moto UK? I can't remember now exactly, but anyway, when it was with them they weren't interested, and of course it kind of took the shine off my feelings towards the importers. I'll just get some petrol. Looks like there's a bit of a queue. Right, so errands done. So where was I? Oh yeah, I didn't really get anywhere with Royal Enfield through MotoGP with regards to front forks. They just particularly weren't interested, or at least that's the impression I got, which kind of made me wonder just how much good this particular warranty was anyway. Anyhow, that's all in the past now. So as you've seen from the photograph, those front forks aren't looking particularly good. So I've been watching YouTube, of course, and Ian Hughes started the ball rolling when he put on a pretty good video about how he was polishing the engine casings on his bike, Clementine, which is also a 350 Classic. And what he used was zero grade steel wool, autosol, and a cloth, and plenty of elbow grease. And I have to say that the engine casings on his bike turned out really well. They look the business, absolutely well done. Then of course James picked up the baton and ran with it, and he did his bike. The front forks on his were, I think he said that they were starting to look a bit tatty, so he decided to polish them up as well, using the same process, and sure enough, they look brilliant. So, having nipped out to the shops, I bought myself a brand new tube of Solvo Autosol and a pack of zero grade fine steel wool, same as what they used, and I have plenty of cloth. I have lots of tea bags. Is he going? No, he's not. I've got plenty of cloths, lots of tea bags, and I'll be able to sit in the garage all this afternoon and just get on with it. So that's my plan for this afternoon, and what I'm going to do is I'll set up the cameras and I'll show you the process, and we'll see what the results are like when I'm done. Right then, so here we are in the garage, and I'm about to make a start on polishing up those front forks on the Royal Enfield 350 Classic. And what I've got, as you can see, I've got my Solvo Autosol, I've got my fine steel wool. There should be plenty there. There's about 250 grams of it, so quite a pile of the stuff. And fingers crossed, I should get a fairly decent finish with the thing. Now, of course, as Ian suggested, I am going to put some gloves on so I don't end up with dirty black hands that go right up to the elbows. Okay, so let's get down there and have a look at the forks. Right, first things first, let's get these rubber gloves on. These are courtesy of boxes of oven cleaner that my wife gets. Helps if you put them on the right way around. And she never actually uses them. Anyway, I'm going to use up this old tube of Autosol first. And of course I've just opened up the garage door so that we get a bit more daylight. Let me see how we get on. Right, let's get the first bit of this on. See how we get on. It seems to be coming up all right. Going to be a long job though, I think. It does look to be making a difference. It's going to be, I think it's going to be one of those jobs I'm going to have to just keep at it now for a while. So I keep cutting into it and we'll see how we get on. Oh no, I don't know if you can see that, but there's actually a bit of a shine coming on there. And compared it to how dull it is down here, making quite a difference. Carry on. Right, let's give it a buffing. with a cleaner cloth. Well, looking at that, the difference, certainly the before and after. If you compare this, which now is quite smooth, and the shine is coming up nicely, to that side, which is quite rough. Yeah, it might be a bit dirty, but what a difference. Can you see that side? Quite a difference. Right, I'm going to shut you off now for a little while, and I'm going to carry on with this, and we'll get back to it a bit later, and we'll have another look. Okay, so the fork on the left has come out really well. I'm quite pleased with that. Now having to open up the new box, and the new box of Solvo, that is. Good stuff, this, good stuff. And I'm now going to work on this side. Continue to use the same piece of wire wool. Why not? There's no need to get a fresh piece out yet. And let's just crack on with this one. It seems to be working on this side too. Look at that. Only just started and it's already coming up nicely. Right, I'll switch you off now and we'll take a look at it when I've finished. Well, as you can see from the video, it's a work in progress, but it's coming on quite well. The fork on the left hand side as you're riding the bike is coming up a lot better than the one on the right hand side. I'm not quite sure why, but there looks to be some pretty intensive pitting going on there. Not sure what it is, but I'll keep at it and we'll hopefully get to the bottom of it and keep it all nice and shiny. But yeah, so far so good. I finished off what was left of that old tube of Solvo, and now I'm onto the newer one. But yes, it's coming along really well. So now I just thought I'd stop for a quick splash of tea and maybe a biscuit, and we'll carry on from there. Get back to you shortly. Cold. Right, well that's about it for today. I've spent quite a bit of time on those forks. As you can see from the video, they have made such a difference. They've come out a treat. The idea of the wire wool, the Solvo and a lot of elbow grease has worked absolutely fantastically. Now, as I said, the fork on the right hand side hasn't come up as well as the one on the left hand side. There does seem to be some pitting there. I'm not quite sure why, but even said that, it's still 100 times better than what it was before. So all I can say really is thank you to Ian for his idea. Cheers mate, that's gone down a treat. I shall use that from now on. I shall also use the wire wool for cleaning up the bits of rust that's on the rim of the on the Fox on the rear wheel. There's not a lot, but there's just on the seam there's a little bit of rust in there, so I can clean it up with that, polish it up, put some grease over it, and that should make a difference there too. So all that remains now is for me to clear up all this lot, make myself a fresh cup of tea because that one's gone clap cold, and I'll finish the video in the usual way by saying I hope you've enjoyed watching it, by the way, and look after yourselves, look after the people around you, and until next time, bye for now.